All right, GladrapChannel here with Alexander the Great Flores.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's going good, man.
So a massive fight with New Zealand's favorite boxer, Joseph Parker. You know, you're coming into enemy territory. How are you feeling? What's the experience like? You know.
I mean, as of being in New Zealand for the first time on my first flight, it's a beautiful country. It's awesome. Being in his home territory, I don't know. Like, I don't feel nervous or anything. I mean, I already know I'm the underdog regardless because people don't know of me, and I know they're obviously going to be chanting his name as we're walking out or whatever, probably even booing mine, and that's okay because that night of December 15th is just going to be me and him in the ring, you know, nobody else. But no, I mean, I feel good. You know, I'm confident. You know, I came here to win. I didn't come here to become check or lay down because I know it's a life-changing opportunity, and it's something I've been preparing for quite some time now.
Okay. So what are you doing? Are you doing anything special for your training camp? Like, are you training in Big Bear with, Abel Sanchez, or, are you doing anything different for this training camp, or?
No, but to be honest, Big Bear isn't actually too far from where I train. It's probably like a 40-minute drive, 45-minute drive. Maybe we'll probably go running up there or anything, or maybe sparring. But we're looking for, we have a couple guys that kind of imitate his style already, you know. Some with speed, you know, we have some with power. Whatever the case is, we'll be ready for. But no, nothing special, you know. Take my fight like as if I'm fighting anybody else, you know. Just seriously, I'm a very disciplined man. I'm a hardworking guy. I have to do what I have to do, and I'll do more than what needs to be done in training.
Mm-hmm. So everyone looks at your record and they see that one loss with Charles Martin, and then they sort of try and assess you based on that. What do you have to say? What went wrong with the Charles Martin fight? You know, have you learned from that? I guess.
Well, the Charles Martin fight, I mean, it wasn't a 2-week notice. I had a full camp for that fight. But it's just a loss, you know. One loss doesn't define the rest of my career, you know. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. I definitely learned a lot from that fight. And if it wasn't for that defeat, I probably wouldn't have learned or gained anything more. But I've learned so much, you know. I'm not saying I'm the most fittest guy. I was a heavy kid, but I'm still learning as I'm growing, you know, about, you know, things to eat, things not to eat, you know, good things to kind of rest and stuff like that. But no, I mean, it was a fight I learned from, you know. But I've gained a lot of knowledge from that fight too. You know?
Have you been relatively inactive? Like, you fought once last year and then another once back in 2016. Have you just been, I don't know, has been something been off, or?
My inactivity is because due to promotional issues. You know, a lot of the guy I was with the first time. I guess he had gotten some type of, I forgot what it was, he got suspended from Nevada, so they sold my contract to Don King. But they offered me a bunch of fights, which I have said yes to every single one. The only ones I didn't take were the 2-week notice ones or a short week notice, you know? Because obviously I was in it for the wrong reasons if I was taking that fight. But yeah, it was just due to promotional issues. I was with King, he offered me a lot of fights too, and I accepted every single one that I don't remember saying no to none of them. And then after, I guess none of them went through. Then he gave me a fight in Mexico again, so whatever. I took that fight just to keep me active, I guess. But at the time when we were going through kind of to leaving Keene, we were already kind of in contact with Roy Jones. So once we left them, we went with Roy Jones, and they got me a fight this year, June 2nd, which was cool. You know, I was back in the ring. I guess got my rust off, but it's not going to play a big factor in me because you're only inactive if you actually haven't been active throughout those years. Like, if I haven't been training or sparring or anything, then yeah, it's gonna play a big factor in me the night of December 15th. But I've been training, I've been in camps with world title challengers, world contenders, you know, so I mean, I don't feel like it's not gonna hurt me at all. You know, I've been training for a fight like this for quite some time now, and I knew I was gonna fight December 15th. I just didn't have the exact date. But once we had this opportunity presented, I said, yeah, let's do it. You know, why not? It's a big fight, and I know beating Parker will put me up there, and will get me a step closer to my dream.
Has Andy Ruiz given you some tips? I mean, I don't know, are you close with Andy, or?
I know Andy. We've known each other for quite some time now. I started sparring with him, I think, when I was 16 or 17, when he started training at a wild card with Freddie Roach. But I mean, we'll text here and there. I mean, I sparred with him for the Parker fight. I can ask him for tips, but I mean, I can also just see it for myself on YouTube, you know?
He was very hesitant in that fight. I mean, I guess they both were. They sort of were reluctant to throw. I think they were just sort of. It was more of a chess game. Did you see it sort of like that? Like it lacked aggressive.
No, I felt like actually Andy was the one being aggressive. You know?
In moments, right? In spots here and there.
Yeah, I guess in moments, but I felt like Andy was being the more aggressive fighter than Parker. Parker was kind of, you know, keeping him off with his jab because I'm sure he was a little shorter than Parker, so while would Parker kind of stay in the pocket. But I know sometimes he did press forward. But I don't think they were hesitant. I know they sparred before, so I'm sure there was some respect. But no, I mean, it was a close fight. It was a hard fight to judge. I'm not saying Parker lost, but I'm not saying he won. You know, but,
what kind of fighting style are you going to bring to Parker? Because people kind of know what to expect from Parker, but what are you going to bring? Are you going to sort of see what he brings to the table, or do you have your own, like has Roy Jones sort of devised some sort of?
No, I'm going to be ready for whatever he has to bring. Okay. If he's gonna kind of box a little bit, then I'll press forward. If he's going to press forward, then I'll stay in there or I'll box a little bit. Okay. You know, I got to mix it up sometimes too. But I mean, people don't know who I am, nor there's a lot of video of me. Obviously, just the video when I fought Charles Martin, and I was a lot heavier at the time, and that was my defeat. But people are going to be really surprised. You know, I'm Mexican, you know, we fight. You know, we don't really move, you know, so it's gonna be a great fight. I can tell you that right now, and I'm definitely going to upset everybody because nobody knows who I am now, but December 15th, people will know who Alexander the Great Flores is.
Fantastic, man, and wishing you all the best and the best of luck. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Your name again?
Joshua. Thank you. Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
Hey, nice to actually meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.